Kerala is full of Bengalis. No, I'm not joking. Trust me on this. Recently, we had some work happening at our home and 3 out of 4 workers were Bengalis. I went to a chicken shop to get some fresh meat and the butcher was again a Bengali. Be it road construction, shipbuilding or rubber plantation, Bengalis are everywhere. So I feel every third person you will meet in Kerala will either be a BTech engineer or a Bengali. Well, keeping the jokes aside, let's speak about numbers. 5 million. This is the number of migrant workers in Kerala as of 2020. And this huge number makes me wonder, why is it so? What is the reason why so many Bengalis come to Kerala? I mean, there are 28 other states in our country, so why only Kerala? Well, the answer to all these questions we're gonna find in this particular video based on stats, facts and figures. Number 1, the backstory. There are both economic and social imbalances between the states in India, and this leads to migration in general. High literacy rate, better education and lack of professional and skilled labor prompted the Keralites to look for better jobs outside India. And this trend led to decline in the availability of workforce in Kerala, especially in the unskilled sector. Kerala has got the lowest population growth in India and it is all set to become a state with zero population or maybe negative population. The child population growth rate is minus 8.44%. Schools have been reporting about vacancy of empty seats, not because there is no enrollment happening, but because there are no children to send to. Kerala is not still able to create jobs for that group of people who have got high levels of education. So during the phase of the early 2000s, the group of these educated young people started moving out to developed cities, especially Mumbai and other Gulf countries. And this led to a creation of gap where there were not many people left to do unskilled labor in Kerala. So migration therefore takes place either because the locals have priced themselves out of the informal sector or because they have placed some tasks beneath them and migrants fill this gap. Number 2, the possible reasons. Kerala offers a perfect working condition in the entire country in the unorganized sector. Migration has been the living strategy of many people, especially from the rural parts of India. The major source areas from where workers come to Kerala are known for floods, cyclones and droughts. In addition to all these typical reasons, workers from the eastern and the northeastern states have experienced political instability, caste oppressions and communal violence in their native places. The enforcement of the Foreigners Act by the current government of Assam has forced many undocumented migrants to move from Bangladesh and Assam to Kerala. In absence of availability of the native labor, the state is completely dependent on the migrant labor. Political stability, peaceful and social environment, and less discrimination on the basis of caste or religion serve as an additional pull factor. The Muslim and the Christian migrants feel quite comfortable in the state of Kerala when compared to any other states. And these migrants often reside in places where there are majority of people of their religion. For example, the district of Kozhikode for Muslims. Kerala currently offers the highest wages not only in India but also among the SAARC countries. The high minimum wages with comparatively better living conditions, even in the villages, are often what motivates the migrant workers. The wages are often double or maybe 3 times than what is obtained in other cities of India. For agricultural works like tiling and ploughing, the daily wage is more than Rs 713, followed by Tamil Nadu at Rs 515. Whereas in other states like Bihar, the daily wage can go as low as Rs 90. The wages for non-agricultural works is also higher in Kerala. While the national average ranges between Rs 200 to 300, the employees in Kerala do not pay less than Rs 600 for any job, whereas migrants are usually given Rs 40 at their native place. The local residents of Kerala usually prefer migrant laborers because of cheap labor and great efficiency in work when compared to native workers. Even though the wages of the migrants are high, the cost of living in the states is the same or even lesser when compared to other parts of the country. As per a study in 2013, the Malayali population usually earns Rs 75,000 crores annually, while the migrants send home 17,500 crore rupees. Or to be more specific, Rs 70,000 per year per person. The Kerala government is considering the development of a skill development for migrant workers. It has already established Indian Institute of Infrastructure and Construction in the Kollam city, and new centers of Kerala Academy of Skills Excellence will be opened in other districts. Although a large number of the children of the migrant workers are enrolled in the government schools, the state's education department has opened schools for the children of migrant workers under Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Migrants are taught reading and writing skills in Hindi and Malayalam languages under the state's literacy mission. Kerala is the first Indian state to enact a social security scheme for migrant workers, and the state is the first to provide benefits to job seekers from the outside with the Kerala Migrant Workers Welfare Scheme, set up in 2010. The police has started the audits of migrant workers in cities like Kochi and Thiruvananthapuram, through which biometric details have been captured and ID cards are issued. In 2016, a new insurance scheme called Aavas was launched to provide social security to migrant workers and also to act as a database and registry, as the crime involving the migrant workers have been rising with the increasing population. The government has also begun to open safe and clean hostels for the migrants, titled as Apnagar, where the migrants are taken care of their dismal accommodation. Kerala currently offers free healthcare for all their migrant workers. Many private foundations have their own migrant Suraksha projects, which aims to improve the life of the migrants working in the state. Number 3. Issues and challenges. The majority of the migrant workers do not have any special skills, while the state's construction, hospitality, and retail sectors, among others, demand a skilled workforce. The unskilled laborers are not able to fill this gap. Some of the most important issues faced by migrant workers include low quality and illegal housing, which lacks basic facilities like kitchen and bathroom. There have been concerns about working conditions or maybe long working hours up to 10 hours a day or maybe 6 to 7 days a week. While migrants play a significant role in the state's progress, they are not involved in any union or they often lack the knowledge about their rights. Kerala has the lowest proportion of homeless people in India. Once a rare sight, begging on the streets is on rise. There have also been reports of child trafficking. Although Kerala does not have large industries with scope for child labor, small cottage industries are steadily engaging children. The increasing crime rates of the migrant workers have made their acceptance in the local community a little harder. Perumbavoor and its adjoining areas in Ernakulam has the largest migrant workers in the state, and it has had a prominent place in the state's crime map. During the last 5 years, 1,770 cases were found in which migrants were accused. Drug trafficking, fake currency, robbery are the major crimes involving migrant workers. The Jisha murder case and the Nimisha murder case are the prime examples. But overall, Kerala is one of those few Indian states where the response to migration has been positive. And these migrants contribute a lot into making Kerala the best state of India. The concept of migrants has been existing for many years, and this will continue for years to come. But a life lesson I take away from them is about opportunities. Life sometimes might seem a bit unfair to us. Maybe we might not be blessed with the best opportunities. But instead of cursing your luck and settling for the least, when you go that extra mile is when you find bigger and better opportunities. Not everyone is born with a silver spoon. Some are given, some find it, while others make it themselves. And as a wise man once rightly said, from the clutter find simplicity, from the discord find harmony, and in the middle of every difficulty find an opportunity.